Well, hello. I'm here in front of City Hall and the courthouse. And I'm going to tell you about what has happened to me, basically a travesty of justice. I crossed the crosswalk. Did not have any lights with my two dogs. The police officer did not like the way I crossed the crosswalk. He asked for my ID. Do I need to give an officer my ID when I cross the crosswalk with my two dogs? So, unfortunately, the neighbor tells my cousin, hey, they got him cuffed and on the street. She gave him my ID. They put me away in a thing called 5150, which basically you're in a psycho ward. Well, that was an interesting experience. If you're not crazy when you go in, they definitely try and make you before you get out. Well, that was a 72-hour hold. The psychiatrist there said, well, within 24 hours, you are free because there's nothing. You're not nuts. You just crossed the crosswalk. You irritated a police officer. The court appointed, because I was detained against my free will, I did not give my consent to be detained because I had done nothing wrong. I'd walked across the crosswalk. So what happens then? Since I didn't sign any of the forms because I had not given my consent to be detained because I had not committed a crime, I crossed the crosswalk with my two dogs. They appointed it triggers a thing that they come for your guns. So they did come for my guns, which now created a felony because I didn't sign the paper anyway, I didn't sign the paper because, again, I was being held without my consent. I don't have to sign anything if it's a medical facility. And all my privacy laws were HIPAA. They did not understand that inside the psychiatric ward. They put me in with a young man. Our sleep time was at 10 o'clock. By around midnight, after he told me about Buddha and Jesus and everybody else, I say, hey, I've had a long day. I want to get some rest. And I just go to sleep. Within an hour, he takes off all his clothes, jumps in my bed. All right? They restrain him, put him back in his bed, give him some medication. In an hour, he jumps out of his bed and tries to snuff me out with a pillow. This time, at least, they took him to the other, where the real Looney Tunes are. If I were gay, he was a good-looking guy. I'm not gay. So then the next thing that happens is I have a hearing with the judge, and they appoint a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist does a full evaluation and decides that I am not insane. Give him back his guns. So I go back to the court. They did not give me back my guns. They destroyed them. Not only that, but they were not even my guns. Some of them were my grandfather's guns. He served in World War I, was killed in World War II. They also took my father's guns. He served in the Korean conflict. He served for that Constitution. One, freedom of speech. We can cross the crosswalk anytime you want and make a point of it. What about the firearms? They came and took my guns. Even though they didn't know this at that time, but both psychiatrists said, hey, give him back his guns. Plus the judge said, give him back his guns. But because I didn't allow them, I said, I'll go into my house and I'll take out the guns and I'll give them to you, officer. No, you're 5150, you're crazy, you'll probably shoot him. No, I'm not gonna shoot you. Come on, you got like a dozen officers here taking up tax dollar money to cuff me and throw me on the floor in front of my mother. You'll never erase that from her mind, that her son was thrown on the floor and then sent to county. What a lovely place Lee Baca has created, yes? You know who Lee Baca is? He's the sheriff of these officers. Why? Because they do torture in there. Yeah, they all learned it in Abu Ghraib, of course. Our lovely president, Bush, decided it was okay to torture. So, I'm sure Baca said, hey, why not? These guys are scumbag, they're not human. Try spending a night in county. If we're walking across the crosswalk with your dogs, in a poorly delineated crosswalk where a child was killed, where another one was made paraplegic, it's a dangerous crosswalk. Toyota Corporation knows that. They sued the city of Montebello because the vehicle was owned by Toyota Corporation. They reenacted the death of the child, and they found that yes, that crosswalk is a danger to society years prior to I telling them that it's a danger to society. That crosswalk did not have a light. Cars are running 50 miles an hour across that in front of a park where children play. So now I have to waste my time in that building spending thousands on attorney's fees. All because of a danger to the society that I wanted to just at least inform. There was a park ranger in the park, about that size of park, about 2 acres. He had 3 SUVs. I asked him, hey, are you federal, state, county, city? He said city. I'm with the city. Okay. You are a park ranger. Your park is in front of a crosswalk, a dangerous crosswalk. He didn't care. It's not my job to protect your surfer. Go over there. Across the street, there was a police station. So I go across the street to the police station, and I asked to speak to somebody who could help me in the situation that there's a problem with the city. There's a threat to the citizens of that city. Nobody comes out after half an hour. My dogs are outside barking and trying to get out. I need to get on with my life. So I go across back to the park. Park ranger is now speaking to another officer. The other officer and the park ranger decided to call me some, well, let's just say it wasn't very nice words about myself and my mother. So, what did I do? I left the officers and I went back to the crosswalk with my dog. No different than if you did a stairmaster. Now, this is where I went wrong. I should have gone to the city council and said, hey, at least paint the thing. Put a little sign saying, hey, don't run people over here. We've had enough death here. It's all about protect and serve. Protect and serve. Serve your pocketbook. Serve, your retirement, of course. You want to keep that. Oh, and your dental and medical benefits? Don't want to lose those. Bankrupt city? It's all, with them. It's all about me. What's in it for me? Not what's in it for the community. most self-serving servants of the state. Well,